Please stand with me. Pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Reader.
Yes, dear Heavenly Father, dear Lord, thank you for the sunshine and protecting all of us through all these rains. Lord, please hold all of our children and the educators and the bus drivers and the corporate members of our education community as they walk back into a whole new year of so much to look forward to and so much unknown. Please guide them, give them strength, fill them with your spirit, Lord. They need you, and we need you as well. Please guide us here today. In your name, Jesus.
Amen. Please let the record show that all three commissioners are here, along with County Attorney Drew Porter and the Auditor's Office. We all had an opportunity to review the minutes from the last meeting.
I have.
Make a motion to approve the meeting, minutes as written.
Second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. We do have an appointment to the Knox County Highway Superintendent's position. I would like to make an appointment, make a motion to appoint Chad.
We skipped over the agenda. I had some
Oh,
additions.
I'm sorry.
I want to add EMS. We have conversations going on about EMS. If we can add that under Commissioner reports, it used to be a standing item.
Okay.
If we can add that, and we also had in our email, I don't see it on the agenda, road cut bore application. If we can add that as well.
Okay. Would make a motion to approve the agenda with the additions.
I second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, none hearing, motion carries 3-0. So we've talked quite a bit about our superintendent. I forgot Chad's last name.
I can't remember.
Do you remember Chad's last name?
Reynolds.
Reynolds, thank you. I'd like to make a motion to appoint Chad Reynolds as our new superintendent of the highway department.
I second.
Okay, conversation?
Yeah, so we had an employment agreement attached to that hiring, and I had several questions that I'd emailed you that I, before we move forward with a vote, that I just be clear on. So is this hiring, attached to this employment agreement or not?
It is not. I did not hear back when I asked questions on, we had an agreement of what that was gonna look like. You
The
came back
agreement-
with some
Go
different
ahead.
numbers,
I did not.
different dates you did.
I did not.
We had agreed to a year, came back with less than a year.
I did not. I have the email here. I can read
Okay.
it.
I did talk to Chad. He is most certainly willing to do those items.
Okay.
I believe it's a year though. We discussed a year.
We did. I said a year in my email. Except the other items that were certifications as opposed to training,
Yeah.
which can be obtained within hours.
And I also opposed the 65 and 10. I
Okay.
want to do a flat rate.
Okay, so we did not discuss that. I am no longer going to do county business by email, of this nature, so we'll make that clear. But other than that, the other questions I had, were the other applicants contacted after they were interviewed?
Were they contacted?
Were they given a time frame on our behalf of when we would be hiring?
We said at that meeting, when we met with each one of them, that we would get back to them. There was no
Okay.
time frame given.
Okay, that's what you said. Okay. And did you contact those we didn't interview? Any of those other applicants, were
No.
they ever contacted?
No.
No, okay. That was my questions. I'm not opposed to hiring, but there should be terms that I think, to clarify.
We don't place terms on any other hires. I don't know
Yes, we
why.
do. Yes, we do. We have many times. We have. So, my statement to that is, we interviewed highway applicants July 15th. No, I'm sorry. Sooner out than that. I absolutely know we need some guidance out there, but I can't agree to paying someone when we don't have an agreement with council either. We're changing a salary. There's just a lot of administrative things here that
We're not changing a salary. We have multiple areas that a salary pulls from. There's two different areas the salary pulls from.
a superintendent and an engineer.
That is correct.
Okay, our superintendent budget is around 57 and some change, and our engineer budget is around 70 and some change. And that was created with the council for the intent of a superintendent and an engineer. Now, I know the state board will allow us to pull to pay out of the engineer's line, but it is not the agreement we had in the beginning when we hired a superintendent as opposed to an engineer and a superintendent. So I do not feel comfortable saying we're gonna pay X amount of dollars without some specifications of training, and then we not have discussed all of this with council prior. That is not how I operate. So I would have communicated this if we would have talked further. I'm not doing it in email anymore. That's all I have to say. We do have a draft employment agreement here. The things that I'm asking for are very, very, very much within reality. I think it should still be considered.
Okay. There's a motion on the floor. There's a second on the floor. Call for the question. All in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
Nay.
Motion carries 2-1. Recorder Hopwood. Good morning. Fiddler subdivision agreement.
Yes, the subdivisions in our village system.
Okay.
And there are some that are duplicated, there are some that aren't there. Filter, this is a $0 agreement that they would normally charge $2,000 for, to help us clean those up. And it's just, like I said, it's eliminating duplicates,
Okay.
adding some that are missing. So,
Okay.
there's no dollar amount.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay.
I make a motion to approve.
I'll second the motion. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries 3-0.
And then
Yes.
there's one that evident, I don't know, Drew might have missed it. It's a maintenance agreement for the scanners that scan our documents in to when you bring an ordinance in.
Okay.
And we have to scan it for permanent record. And it's $225 a year, just a maintenance agreement on our scanners.
Okay.
It's in your packet.
It's-
It's
oh,
in-
Yeah,
it's in
I
there.
didn't see it
It's-
listed on there,
yeah.
so,
Is
Okay.
it-
I'll just go ahead and make a motion to approve the
Okay.
agreement then.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Schedule C, that's right
Oh,
after it.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go
oh,
ahead and.
I guess I missed it on there.
That's
You're
fine.
okay.
Okay.
Make a motion to approve the scanner agreement as well. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0.
Thank
wanna
you.
just go ahead and leave that with them, I'll sign that in just a little bit.
Oh, there's a copy over there.
Oh,
On Kelly's
okay.
end. Yep.
You got a
Somewhere
copy
in
of
the
it somewhere over
pile.
there?
Should be over there.
Yeah, there it
Okay.
is. Thank you. That's a single signature.
All right, disposition of 601 East Lawton Street in Bicknell. Drew.
This would be new resolution 2025-6, and the county acquired this property via tax deed, so we do actually own the property. Indiana Code 6:1.125 allows us to dispose of property acquired by a tax deed to adjacent landowners. Essentially, we have to pass a resolution finding that the highest and best use of the tract of real estate is to sell it to abutting landowners, that the cost to the public of maintaining the tract equals or exceeds the estimated fair market value of the tract, and it's economically unjustifiable to sell the tracts under Indiana Code Section 36:111.4, which is typically where we get 3 appraisals, put it out on the market and sell it. As you're aware, this tract, it looks like it has a house on it, but it was tore down. So it's just a vacant lot. Hiring 3 appraisals to be done on it, it's gonna be more money than what the property's probably actually worth. And so if we pass this resolution, we're able to send out, via certified mail to all the adjoining landowners, a notice to solicit bids from them where they can submit, a bid for the property if they're interested. When they do that, we gather them all, we would open them at the next meeting. I could get those notices out today, it's already done. We would open the bids. If there's multiple bids that are submitted, we then would read the highest one and then recirculate to the adjoining landowners that they can submit another bid if they want to, that's sealed and closed. And at the second round, we would award it to the highest and bidder. Based on adjoining property owners, we have the city of Bicknell, Brandon and Michelle, I'm gonna butcher these, Sinkar, Wesley and Patrice Cleghorn, Bayard Homes Corporation, Jason and Jamie Darwin, Richard Miley, Deborah White, and James and Tammy Thompson would be the adjoining landowners.
Standard process, glad we have one more we're able to get back out. I make a motion to approve Resolution 25-6.
I second.
Okay. Motion and a second. I'll call for the question. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Disposition of county-owned land, KCARC, due to past clerical error.
This was done about 30 years ago, is my understanding. The city was working on some right-of-way projects for one of its roads. When they did the title work relating to the Civitan Center, they found that somehow the county still owns a couple little parcels attached to that. Everyone agrees that KCRC owns it. There's no questions about that. It just somehow, through the title descriptions and transfers over the last 100 years relating to that property, wasn't included. So the deed that's prepared just conveys what is already theirs to clean it up so they can give a right-of-way out.
Okay. We don't need a resolution on that?
No, it's just we're gonna sign a deed over, so I
Okay.
prefer it to be in the minutes and reflect it in case down
All
the
right.
road someone asks if it was ever done, but.
All right, then I will make a motion to clarify the past clerical errors for the land owned for KCARC. Do I have a second?
I second.
Okay, second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign, none heard, motion carries 3-0. Thank you, Drew. Law enforcement services for 2 different areas. Sheriff, good morning, how are you? Good, welcome back. You have Beale Pentecostal Church at, excuse me, in the German Fest.
Yes. Just requesting a contract be signed.
All right. I make a motion to approve both the Beale Pentecostal Church and the German Fest festivities. Do I have a second?
I second.
A first and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. How's everything at the jail?
We've got a
Got a
lightning strike on one of the computer boards that runs the air conditioning there.
Yeah.
The maintenance department's working with the insurance company now to try to get a lot of that paid for. So,
Everything else well?
yeah,
Good.
everything else is doing well, doing good. I see something else, I don't mean to jump ahead
No,
of
that's
you,
fine.
but are you gonna need me on the county animal response officer. I don't know what,
I got an email inquiring about, potential this officer needing more money, this officer not doing the job anymore. Do you have any information?
no, he's doing a great job.
Okay.
Jonathan is also on the maintenance department.
Right,
and,
yeah.
We
John
pay
is great.
2/3 of his salary through
Yep.
11/30 for maintenance, and then we pay an extra, I don't know, I think it's an extra 10,000
It
for
is.
him to do
yeah.
the maintenance, or for him to do the animal ward
Right.
job.
Okay. Well, if you, since he is, I mean, quasi both our employees, we just wanna make sure that we have some knowledge of everything's status quo going on, cause I know we've had a lot of animals, period, so.
He does a great job. Of course, the protocol is the deputies go out first to an animal call, and if they need him, they call him out. The problem we have is someplace to take the dogs.
Yeah.
Most of the time, the Vincennes Animal Shelter is full, and they will not receive.
I
unless-
believe the email she's referring to is the one, where he does not want to be the animal warden anymore.
I wasn't aware of that. Okay, you're talking about Jonathan Dobson? Okay,
I guess, that's why I was asking you.
I'll get with him this afternoon
Okay.
and find out, but I wasn't aware of that,
Okay.
so, okay,
Thank you for the
All right.
update,
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
okay.
Veteran Services Office and Veterans Court.
I have requested that be on the agenda. We got an email from the circuit court judge, curious about full office space beginning January 1 for the Veterans Court. I do know she went before council for a grant. I don't know all the specifics, so if you have specifics that she mentions here, I'd like that to be shared.
Sure, so I have asked her, and she has not received the actual grant in her possession yet. If part of that grant can be used for rent, as you are well aware, we are pretty much tight on space everywhere. So there are some options around that area for rent, but we don't know at this point in time if that grant can be utilized for rent or not.
So, grant
we're-
application usually includes auditor's office. I know you all are the holder of all grant applications. Usually those include specific items like salaries. Do we have that application? Okay. I won't call rudeness on pond council, yes or no. Did her request you all include any specific budgeted items for space for people?
Space that the only thing was, what we grant money for was for, some administrative.
Okay.
Employees.
Okay. Okay, well, I did not respond to her because I did see about renting space. The time all along had always been for a judicial center. A year and a half had been discussed for space for that growing court and growing needs. The whole intent is to not rent space anymore, even if it is grant. So I want to be included in all communications in the future. That's all I have. And if you get an application, can you share it with us? Okay, thank you.
2026 budget.
Sent an email. Have a lot of questions. It was stated in the email 4%. I had communicated with council earlier and was told 3%. I don't think that really matters, but is that
I was told 4%.
okay? Well, I messaged council president as well, so I look forward to getting some clarity there. Our social security line went up 70%. Yes, I'm aware that's Leah, but that is not realistic for our budget for social security to go up from 650 to $1,052,000. We're gonna need some answers about, before this is even remotely talked to with council, where that came from. Do you have any,
That's, comes directly from the auditor's office.
did you inquire with her what it was
Yes,
about?
I did.
And what'd she say?
That's the numbers that she provided.
Okay. I understand our health insurance raising a percentage-wise, that's standard, but What's the
Fi-
basis for adding a $500,000?
5% is what the insurance went up, and as I stated in my email to you, I am asking for additional monies from the council to be utilized for the employer share, the employer percentage. The new 2022 numbers, but the average of an employer share for insurance, family plan is 73%. We're nowhere near that, so I'm asking for additional monies, excuse me, to go towards that. Of course, that will be completely up to council whether they are able to accommodate that or not.
So what's the, I don't, so Tim, you're our appointment to the insurance committee, is this, I did read some of the survey stuff, did this come from a vendor?
We haven't got numbers back. I've sent out messages to all parties that want to put in a bid. That comes back. I think we're possibly gonna set up a meeting on the 12th, but I think we gotta formalize that today. But I said to have sealed bids, if they're interested in putting a bid in for the county, have a sealed bid to the auditor by noon on the 11th, I believe. And then we would discuss, once we got all the bids in, discuss that. But the take home from the committee is, the biggest thing is they want to see if we can add any to the family plan and bring some of that, their co-pays down, stuff like that for that. The rest of it, they're all pretty happy with, from what I gather about the insurance, stuff like that. Just, there's a request for, have some more assistance with the family plan.
Okay.
But the bids will come back.
Um,
Not, like I said, they'd be interested, anybody interested in putting a bid in.
When,
I would say the present vendor made the recommendation to the committee the best way to bring down the cost on the family plan would be to contribute more towards the family plan as the employer. That was
Okay.
the present vendor's recommendation,
Okay.
how to do that.
well, we've had that conversation every year as long as I've been elected, and it's $1 million. So, I would just like to see in writing the basis of this, and if it went out for bid, did it get advertised for bid? Were emails sent for bid? How did that work?
I sent emails to all of everybody, and I talked to Jim Franklin last
Okay.
night, the current USI.
Okay.
And everyone knows about him, but I sent emails to all of them, and I messaged Jim, just because I've talked to him before, but I sent emails to everyone else.
Gotcha. Professional services, why are we asking for more?
Due to not having an engineer, added a little bit to that for engineering services.
For the highway?
Yes.
Okay, I propose that come out of the highway budget. Not the commissioner budget. Internet service, did you contact
Yep.
that provider?
Yep.
And
Those are their numbers,
and who is that?
our internet provider.
Gotcha. I take it our benefits administrator is in the raise as well?
Yes.
Is that the difference? Andrew, our personnel handbook, are you foreseeing we're gonna need more money, or is that gonna be solidified this year?
We should be complete this year with it. I don't see us needing it next year. We may have to encumber come December
Okay.
to get it done in January, but Wagner, Irwin, and Shealy doesn't see an issue with having it ready by January. They're finishing up 2 other counties, and then we're gonna be priority number 1 for them September.
Okay,
So, and we've already
all right.
had multiple discussions on it, so I don't see a need for money next year on it, but
Our Microsoft Office licensing is, did you get those numbers
Yep.
from Amanda? Okay, cause in our edit budget, it is all of them, so I don't know, are you moving all of them back into our edit budget, or how are you doing that? Cause it's broke down here, but it's not over here.
Yeah,
I did ask Amanda
No, I'm sorry.
this morning, yesterday.
Amy, that's who I got this.
They don't do our budget.
They gave us the numbers for what we need next year, Kelly.
It is
It's the
broke.
Same process that we've done.
Okay, I wasn't a part of this process,
I
and
haven't been a part of the last 3 of the 4.
you have, oh, okay. So the office licensing is broke down per department. Is it still going to be broke down per department in Knox County?
Yes.
Okay, then we need to amend our edit budget. Other questions here. Mental health, we need to get on that number. It isn't a flat number. It's usually a rate based upon our property tax levy, which will need to be decided. Let me see our other notes. Burial of soldiers and Memorial Day expense, that comes from Martin. So we need to verify that we don't duplicate. These aren't jiving anywhere. Okay. Animal control, I suggest we raise that more,
Okay.
based upon where our budget balance is and where we're going, especially if we have a change in employment. Did we receive letters from SIDC and 4-H about this number? Because I was expecting maybe a change with SIDC.
There's no changes.
Okay. The edit budget, property cleanup, we have many more in queue than we've ever had, well, than we've had in years. And the towns are now fulfilling 100%, so did Mike say that was enough?
That's the same budget we've had for the last several years. Do you want to add more?
No, I want to talk to Mike. Did you talk to Mike is my
No.
question. Okay. Going down into then the compliance officer contract, I think we need to entertain raising that. Postage has significantly raised, cost of fuel. I think we need to look at that contract and consider a small portion of a raise. He's been at that flat rate for years. If you say AME sent these numbers, the 365 licensing is not correct. That is broken down per department, so that needs to be amended. It may be the total, but it's not the budget. Landfill post-closure, are we gonna see any additional costs there? Van Gogh sent a request. Code Red, that number changes slightly every year. Did you contact?
No.
The others sent in requests. And I see you cut that out, so. My other questions are, we have other budgets that were that's sent to us yearly. We work with and present to, out of public safety lit. Where did I put it? We have additional, there it is. Public safety lit, we work with the sheriff's department or have from year to year on miscellaneous items. Body cameras, that was put forth. I don't know where we're at with that, but you may want to consider that sheriff next year on your own. Courthouse security, I'm not sure what we'll need next year, but that will need to be rebudgeted. Merit board polygraphs, we have always done that through these funds instead of the commissioner's budget. We need to make that request again. 911 had always been worked with for a stipend for the radio technician that works on all the county radios, as well as live 911. This is in a separate budget from yours, so you need to look at that and make sure that's submitted. And our self-insurance, I saw that that was also attached, but we have a negative balance. I've been saying this for a few months. I don't know where we're at with that, but that is a serious issue. We should have about $1 million according to our provider. And ARPA. I know we have to expend all of these funds, but we need to, again, reconsider our culvert project, where we're at with that, and kind of some of these other line items that are ours that need cleaned up. these need to be discussed and also submitted. Cause that,
Alright.
those come from us.
All right, thank
Uh,
you. Moving on, claims. Make a motion to approve claims.
A second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Payroll. Make a motion to approve payroll. Do I have a second?
A second.
Okay. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Kelly, road cut.
Yes, any road cut bore application, I suggest come before this board before they need to be voted on here on out.
Okay.
That's a request of mine, you can make it that way, make it not. They need to be reviewed, each of them, before decided.
So you do not want the highway department to do it anymore?
Well, the highway department did not just deny one. I don't want, until we have a superintendent, but yes, the superintendent should, but they still should come before us, in my opinion. Especially with a new, employee coming in. These are some really serious matters that still should come before us.
Are you making that a motion?
I am.
Okay. Okay, so there is a motion on the floor for all road cuts, bores, to come before us.
The
prior
application.
to, the application prior to, agreeing to or denying. Do I have a second?
This is to put in like culverts and stuff? Or just
Yeah.
like where they're boring?
So it could be a culvert, it could be a bore for a water line or a utility. There's all sorts of reasons why a company may need to cut one of our roads or bore, to bore one of our roads.
I think the culverts and stuff, shouldn't that be left up to the, obviously us, but the road bosses?
Okay,
Or
these are.
and each individual
yeah.
commissioner in your area?
These are two different things. So yes, we technically, under the Cume Bridge law, own all of our own culverts. I mean, and up until July, we owned a lot of them in other places. But no, what I'm saying is when an entity comes and fills out our application to cut or bore one of our roads for a project, that that application come to us.
Okay. Yeah, okay, if that's, yeah.
Um,
So,
I don't have a problem with the process as it is now, so I'm not sure. I hear you, but I don't know if I necessarily agree that should be taken out of the hands of the superintendent or the engineer or whoever we have there. I don't, but there's a motion on the floor, do I have a second?
and this is in the hands of the superintendent normally?
Yeah.
And he handles all, like, where we're doing this, where they're cutting one of our newer roads.
Correct.
To put this drain, and then Matt usually handled that.
Yep.
I think it'd be like, come before us while we don't have a superintendent, but if we've got a superintendent, why wouldn't we just leave it the way it is?
Okay.
In the absence of a superintendent, come before us, or,
So the motion, though, is for it to change, period. Are you willing to amend your motion to say, while we are without a superintendent, until that individual can get onboarded?
Well, again, no, I'm not. I think there'll be a time where we re-entertain it, but no.
Okay. Okay, as the motion stands, do I have a second? Hearing none, motion denied. Code Compliance Officer, we did receive our monthly email from Code Compliance Officer. Ready 2.0 grant, I received an email from, or text message from Chris Falk a little bit ago. They are continuing on, no major updates to discuss. The EM, Emergency Management Operations Center.
We opened bids June 30. I asked you questions by email. I think here's my exact questions. What's the status? The bidders have contacted me, and have you called them?
The answer is, why would I call them? They did,
You stated on June 30 in our minutes that
but-
you would contact them and we would discuss value engineering.
yes, we contacted, our QAW is who we go through, that is who you contact for that.
And they,
However, we are still at, our budget was 2.3 million. Our lowest bid was 3.6 million. We are $1.3 million over budget.
yeah, that's the way it works. When we put our Justice Center out to bid, we had a budget. It came in 20% higher. We immediately went to work, as we do. Our QAW emailed last week wondering what we're doing. I'm just trying to figure out here why we're doing nothing, which again was my question. And has the council been directly updated? Have we reviewed it?
Have I discussed this with Council President Morris? Yes, I have. At this point in time, I don't see, even with the value engineering of 20%, that brings us down to just under $3 million. I was against, and I voted no on the jail, on the overruns on all the jail situations. As I've said from minute one, I was comfortable with 2.3 million. If you want to make a motion to go for 3.6, please feel free to.
No, I want this to be worked on.
It was, Kelly. It was worked on, and we're still $1 million over the budget. We can only cut 20% until we have to rebid.
I'm not asking you to, again, the business of this county includes talking to our provider, our vendors, and working towards a solution. So, again, I'm gonna be very clear. You look at it through a way of, it is what it is. I can't, here's what I expect and what should be done through my eyes. There is no higher priority than following through with the business that all of us had decided to do. And when it comes in higher, even though it went out to bid 6 months later, there's still work to be done. To let it go is not an option to me. Pressure is a privilege. I mean, we need to, I do not want you speaking for me anymore. And I'm telling you right now, letting this project go and doing nothing is not how we do business in Knox County or government. And sending me an email and telling me I badmouthed you is not okay. So all business happens here. I am not doing business after hours by text or email anymore. And I want the business to be done because that is what I was elected to do. So are you letting this go is my answer.
I'm not, just my opinion, I'm not for spending that much money on this.
I'm not either.
I think it needs to be, if we do anything, it needs to be back to drawing board, and we keep the plans what we've got in it now, and think about something else. Because I'm not about to go spend that much money on this. what
Okay.
my vote is anyway.
So, we open bids June 30. It's August the 5th. Bidders are wondering what's up. We need space.
Well, Kelly, as I explained to you, what I would like to do is, I would like, and Jim just said it actually, I wanna redraw, we'll go back to the drawing board. We have some other options as what we can do.
What are those?
Well, we can look at a design build. We can look at taking the section that we all agree can move forward on and rebidding that. There are several other things that we can look at doing.
When will they be discussed? It's August the 5th, 6th,
I'm-
7th?
Yeah. Well.
Didn't we only have 2
before-
weeks for this to make a decision if we was going forward with this bid or not? Cause the bid, from my understanding, and I could be wrong, that we only had 2 weeks to accept or,
Tonight.
and we're way past that. I don't know.
What would be very helpful is whenever I say, hey, Kelly, what's your thoughts on this? You reply back with your thoughts on this, but we're not gonna go down that path right now, okay?
I am
I
not
make the
going to do
motion
the business
to
of this county by
deny-
email or text in the evenings
Okay,
any longer.
I'm gonna make a motion to deny, at this point in time, the EOC Center. Do I have a second?
I second.
All in favor say aye. Aye.
Point of clarification just for the minutes, when you say deny, you just
Deny
making a
the
motion
bids.
to reject all bids?
Reject all bids.
No, and notify the bidders, please.
Okay. Motion carries 2-1. This is ridiculous.
Pretty much.
EMS.
Yes, as we all have seen from our attorney, we have circulating, well ahead of time, the proposed update to our EMS contract. As also reported, there will be a meeting after, again, hopefully everyone has their financials in some sort of better understanding to then look at the terms again. Andrew's involved, and there's a lot of things flying around of who knows what, but we're still looking at that contract. It is still under review. There is some minor changes that have to do with the finance. Other than that, it should be before us in the near future.
Where is the city?
I just talked to Joe this morning, and they're still reviewing their financials. We'll talk next week.
Great. Okay. Sheriff, glad to have you back. Public comment as established under Resolution 2020-2. None hearing. Our next meeting is Tuesday, August 19th at 6 p.m. in these chambers. Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.